What's good, everybody? It's your boy 313J Mo here once again to wrap up part 2 about Quinn's career breakdown, judging all his moves. Make sure you guys let me know what you think. Above the Rim will be on my channel tomorrow at 7. You don't want to miss it. Now let's get into the video. So in 2019, just free agency, you got Trey Flowers, Jesse James, Justin Coleman, Amendola, Zenner, Obushi, Tommy Lee Lewis, Rashawn Melvin, Andrew Adams, Logan Thomas, Mike Daniels, Jermaine Kearse, J.D. McKissick, and a few other guys sprinkled along here and there. Considering where we were at with free agency, I think Trey Flowers, we had to overpay him because you have to overpay. But I think that was a good move. We needed pass rushers badly, and he came and he's delivered so far. We want to see more production from him next year. But once he got healthy last year, he was lights out, beating double teams and still getting sacks and still being one of the most productive defensive ends in the entire NFL while being double teamed on a line that they don't have to respect nobody but you. Obviously y'all remember I love the Jesse James signing. It was my favorite signing. Looks like my man's been on the milk carton though, so like it's like he not on the team no more. But and then Amendola, Rashawn Melvin was a good pickup for the value. So just talking about free agency, it was okay. We still had some contracts that needed to be signed that we dealt with. But all in all, the free agency was all right. So let's look at the draft class now. All right, we started off with my main man, T.J. Hockenson, Jelani Tavai, Will Harris, Austin Bryant, Amani Oruwariye, Travis Fulgham, Ty Johnson, Isaac Nauta, P.J. Johnson. Already, P.J. Johnson is out. Ty Johnson is on the bubble, for real. Isaac Nauta is on the bubble, for real. Travis Fulgham probably not gonna make the team. He's on the bubble too. Austin Bryant, we haven't seen play the snap. Will Harris has been underwhelming, but Jelani Tavai has been great. TJ Hockenson has been great. Amani Oruwariye has been great. So it's a little bit of give and take. Austin Bryant is going to be the player that lets me decide if this was a really good draft or if it was just subpar where we got 3 players, because Austin Bryant has been injured. He hasn't had a chance to show his abilities. We were very high on him when we drafted him. I was high on him. So we just got to see him get out there and get on the field. Now, if he goes out there and he produces, then I would consider this maybe even better than Bob Quinn's last draft the year before with Ragnar and Carry-On and stuff, but we'll have to see. So the draft was good and the free agency was good. Honestly, we were sipping all the Kool-Aid thinking, I'm like, we healthy, we 11-5, we obviously weren't healthy. To me, this was a great offseason from us. I know we had that splash offseason and it didn't come out in the record, but that had to do with mainly injuries and some other things. So I think this was probably his best offseason so far. Now let's talk about 2020. Yes, this year, what did Bob Quinn do? Now, we did have a lot of cap this year, so I expected some moves to be made. It was a little bit underwhelming, but you got Big V over Conklin, Danny Shelton, Jamie Collins, Nick Williams, Jermaine Kearse, Reggie Ragland. You went out and traded for Deron Harmon, Chase Daniels, Elijah Lee. You went out and signed Desmond Trufant. You got Geronimo Allison. You brought D-Version and Mike Ford back, and you brought I ain't gonna even say his name, y'all. Y'all see his name on there. I'm not gonna even say his name, but you brought in that O-lineman. So from free agency standpoint, it was solid, a little bit underwhelming. I wanted some more power players on that defensive line if we could find someone that isn't Jadeveon Clowney, and we really didn't do that. I wanted to get more linebackers than just one. We didn't do that, but besides that, and then like I said, instead of getting Conklin, you got Big V. I didn't like that, but Deron Harmon was a great move. You traded a 6th round pick for a player that could be a starter. Danny Shelton was a good move. Nick Williams was also a good move. Jermaine Kearse wasn't a bad move either. It's an underrated move for special teams purposes, but the free agency, it was all right. And now you're coming off of a season where you were just 6-10, so you're trying to be a little bit better. Well, not 6-10. We were 3-12-1, but you're trying to be even better this season. And what he did in free agency, will it really allow us to be better? Well, I don't know. You blew the defense up, and then you replaced it with some subpar players. Reggie Ragland's. Like, what is a guy like that gonna do? Why is Chase Daniels even on this team? Why did he even get a chance? Why is that O-lineman even getting a chance? You know what I'm saying? But the free agency, it was okay. Let me know what you guys thought about free agency. And free agency isn't over either. I don't want to leave that out. It's not over yet. There's still more moves that I think we need to make. You guys like Marcus Golden. It's just we need to add a little bit more talent to the defense. Offense is fine. We need just a little bit more talent on this defense, because once people start getting hurt, we need that talent to come out with all of these depth signings. So it was all right. But now let's talk about what he did in the draft, the 2020 draft, with the third overall pick. With the third overall pick in the draft, the Detroit Lions select Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback, Ohio State. Yeah, that's the guy we got. DeAndre Swift, Julian Okwara. You got Jonah Jackson, Logan Stenberg, Quintez Cephas, Jason Huntley, John Penasini, and Jason Coronel from Ohio State. So I graded this draft class as a B, if I remember, B plus B minus, or a solid B. So you guys already know what I think about the draft class. I think it was a solid B. Thought we should have did some things differently. Thought we shouldn't have taken some luxury picks, but all in all, it was a solid draft. It was a better draft than the people in our division, and the Lions are still making moves with all of the COVID going on. It's a lot of things that's in shambles and in fluctuation, but the draft, considering if you add this draft with this free agency, we had the best draft in free agency in the division. And each one of Bob Quinn's years, I can't name another year where I was fully confident that we had the best draft and the best free agency in the entire division. Because when the Bears got Khalil Mack, that was a wrap. They crushed that free agency. So, and before that, we weren't really doing things on the next level. So, considering that, I think this is a very solid from Bob Quinn. But, all right, let's break it down. Let's review. How good do I think Bob Quinn has been? I mean, 2016 was an average year, but it was his first. 2017 was a okay year, because we didn't really have the cap space to go out and make those moves, but you shouldn't have overpaid for Rick Wagner. I'm not too mad about TJ Lane, because he was hurt all the time, but when he played, he was very, very, very good. So, but Rick Wagner, you overpaid for him. You shouldn't have did that. And then 2018, you got Okwara and Devon Kennard, but you didn't get anyone else. The free agency class was basically terrible, but the draft class was very good. And then 2019, free agency was very good, and the draft class was also solid. Once we see what Austin Bryant turns out to be, it was also solid. And this year, you had another year of a solid draft and a solid free agency. So, all in all, I would give him like a above average. Like, I would call him average if he was a little bit worse these last 2 years in free agency and the draft, but I don't think he has been. I think the draft has been his strong suit. But my biggest gripe against Bob Quinn is getting rid of Jim Caldwell. Like, y'all already know I was not a big fan of Caldwell. I went at Caldwell as much as I could. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Caldwell. But you don't get rid of Jim Caldwell, then go out and get me a coach that's worse. Like, I don't care how much I hate. I don't care if Jim Caldwell is the coach I hated the most. We won games. Don't replace him with somebody who loses games. And to me, that's my biggest problem. But let me know what you guys think. I think Bob Quinn has been an average to slightly above average general manager for the Detroit Lions, and the two guys before him were just bad. So to me, that's a little bit of an upgrade. Let me know what you think. How good has Bob Quinn been? Where do you grade the 2019 and 2020 years, from the draft to free agency to other side moves that we did on the side? How do you feel about the fact that Bob Quinn fixed the cap, and how do you feel about the fact that we gave up Caldwell to get a coach that hasn't done anything? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy 313 J-Mo.